Sometimes I look up and I ask myself, why are you so beautiful, amazing, powerless? Your soft color reminds me of the blue oceans, beaches, rivers, waterfalls. Your clouds cover those high mountains, cities and towns. Those fluffy clouds that transforms in different sizes, shapes, colors, contrasts in texture. I was born with Down syndrome. I have many dreams, poetry, photography. From those dreams that I dreamed of, I'm able to do it. Why? Because Down syndrome, it means nothing. It is just, I can do it. I originally come from Bolivia, the heart of South America. In 2006, I moved to Dunedin, Aotearoa, and this is my home now. I have always wanted to become a photographer. I love the delicacy of installing photography, the antique past of black and white, the beauty of its landscapes, the drama of the skies, the laughter of the children, because children is the future of tomorrow. My dear beloved dad got me my first camera. With that camera, I had good years in trying to play with light. I was taking photographs of the family. Then my dad said to me, all right, son, you know all the tools. Let's get you involved in digital photography. And my teacher said he has two things. He loves photography, and he has a very good eye for it. From that moment, I said to myself, if photography is what I really love, I'm gonna fight for it. And I did. Oh, I did.
His interest in photography started at school. Carlos started to take some photos and to appreciate how you can really communicate ideas with those. The carnival is special for us because we were born in that city. So we managed to get that credential for Carlos, and then we had to let him, go on the street without us being close. It was a little scary.
It is called El Toba. It's very dominant. The mask is what stands, also the face of the serpent. It was just an incredible feeling, being able to take photographs of the masks, be within the dancers, and the vibrancy of their costumes, rhythm. This is my favorite of all. I waited until the three of them jumped. I took them into the air. The shot itself, with the background of the musicians. And every year I was better and better and better. I always wanted to take more and more and more and more. I was reborn. Well, this is my room, and I wanted to share a couple of my achievements during this 3rd decade of my life. First one is this People's Choice Winner Award. I love the combination of the autumn colors. That's one of my beautiful images that I have made. It is colors without limits. When I was in Taiwan, that one was from Bolivia. One of the women who interviewed me, and it says Carlos Biggemann. I see the world through my camera lens.
There's an international photography competition in London for people with Down syndrome. Carlos sent his photograph of
Alice Springs
in Australia. And they liked that and said, yeah, this is the one.
When I got an email from them, it was, what? Is this for real? Just, wow, fantastic. These two are my favorites. The one who gave me the name Judi Dench, who was in all the James Bond movies, gave me that prize of the Stephen Thomas Award. I remember my mom told my sister, darling, can you please give me some juice because he's about to faint. These trophies are very much also mine. That one was the prize which M gave me. That was just amazing. From that moment, I realized that every photograph that I'm going to take, people will love to see them in exhibitions, in magazines, in books. I have always wanted to do something different with photography, and my biggest dream of all is to make my dramatic skies into a format book.
Skies had been on Carlos's interest for probably 10 years. In Dunedin, the skies are just nuts, particularly in winter, the colors and all those things. Then Carlos started to say, well, this photograph would go well with poems.
And that's how my idea of cumulus was in mind. I wanted poetry in my book because it is somehow words that the sky can only say.
And then we started to think, okay, and where do we find poems? We have no idea on this.
I drive a book bus for Dunedin Public Libraries. I'm the librarian on the bus. I recommend books to people, issue books. It's all the usual library functions. Hi, Betty.
Oh, good morning, Kirsty.
I met Carlos through a poetry reading that I'd organised. It's actually really good. I recommend that one. One of my friends knew that he was wanting some poems to go with his photography, so she invited him to the reading. When I met him and looked at his photographs, it was quite an emotional experience, actually. I was quite gripped by them, but very moved. And I just got really excited about it straight away and wanted to do it.
Over the weeks, I got to know Kirsty, and from that day until today, we're good friends.
And after that, we set up a meeting to talk about the book project. He just had faith that I could gather the poets and get them to write poems. It was incredibly heartening to have that sense of belief behind me. Hi, Carlos.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Come in. Right, is it your
Yes, it is.
portfolio?
Yep. My Cumulus book launch is coming up. 2 years I've been choosing the best ones.
2 years.
2 years, and I have wrote a poem from a book. It's called Sky. That poem will be at the very front of Cumulus because the words of my poem, it reflects on the skies that are on the book.
We've sent the photos to the poets.
Yep.
And each poet has chosen 2 photos to write to. So
That's what I can remember it.
yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah.
So,
When I was reading those 14 poems or so, they were very good. They were very good. And to companion my photographs, it was an overwhelming feeling.
so the poets, they all chose different photos depending on what they were.
Every sky is different.
Yeah. And the other thing that came up was we don't often think about the sky. The poets and I started to meet regularly and talk about poetry. Same with Carlos, just meeting and talking. He's very relaxed to spend time with, and he's got interesting things to say.
I did like the name. The woman is the goddess of the sky because
I like that name too. This photo is the one that really got to me, these
I
photographs.
remember that you cried
I
in
cried.
every
Don't tell him I
photograph.
cried.
Yes, you did.
This
Yes,
one made
you
me.
did.
This one particularly made me cry, and that's when I knew we had to write the
Don't be
poems.
tongue, my friend. In all the photographs you cried. I do remember it.
He just makes you laugh. But then, I find I want to make him laugh as well, so we become a bit of a comic duo sometimes. Okay, but especially this one.
Fair enough, okay. Hey sis, what's up?
Hi, Animas, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. I'm so excited for you and I wish you all the very best. I'm so proud of you and I'm so excited that other people will get to see your hard work and just how great of a photographer you are.
But the most important, your greatest brother of all time.
The greatest brother of all time.
Of course, yes. Love you, sis.
Love you. Good luck.
My family, we are united by the power of love. I barely knew what was the meaning of it. But now I am an adult. I know that my mom or dad or my sister, they are always going to be by my side forever. Their love will never die. Back in 1991, my parents barely know what was the meaning of Down syndrome. For them, it was a phrase that they didn't know. They didn't have any resources for having a child with Down syndrome, but they support me in every way, always. They believed in my capacity to do things. They believed in my thoughts, in my dreams. The doctor said to them, I wouldn't be able to speak, or at least say mom and dad. But now we prove them wrong.
Carlos was born in La Paz, Bolivia, 25th April 1991.
The doctor told us that Carlos had some signs, if you want to say, to be born with Down syndrome.
It came with stories like, well, we really don't know how much development is going to achieve. Probably the mental age of a 10-year-old boy, and
Perhaps he will die at the age of 5. I refused to accept that diagnosis. And I said, well, I will do whatever I want to do to help him to become an independent person.
yeah.
My parents, for them, was hard. I was rejected from many schools, and they closed the doors of the schools in their faces.
Why we moved to New Zealand? Well, on the one hand, it had to do with finding better opportunities for our kids, both Carlos and Tatiana.
Of course, it was better for them because they went to school. That was a huge difference.
I mean,
The first days for Carlos was not easy, not understand any English, but he was determined to learn.
I was focused on, all right, it will take time, of course, but I will learn, and with hard work, I strived.
Carlos was reading and writing. Oh, wow, it was a big surprise.
and then Carlos was given the opportunity to go to some of the classes in the mainstream, so some kind of integration, which is good.
I have made friends with Sarah. We both were at year 9. With Edward, I was on my last year about to graduate, and he was year 12. And the three of us, we are now 11 years of friendship.
All right. So how's your sister doing anyway?
She's good.
She's in Auckland, right?
She's in Auckland.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah and Eddie, well, they became really close friends. It was great for Carlos having them when we arrived.
Oh, okay.
They have time to time lunch or coffee or go to a movie.
It's like these boots are made for walking song, man.
These boots are made for walking, and that's what I should do.
Friends are friends, and it doesn't matter if we have Down syndrome or not. And they will always going to love us, no matter how. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I will still keep on being friends with them until we are old and wrinkly.
Where was it filmed?
I have told them that I was going to make my dramatic skies into a format book. They were happy. They said, well, congratulations. And of course, I want to be part of this journey. People with Down syndrome, if we have 2 hands, legs, and a head to think, we can do many things. It's funny. It seems that yesterday I went to tell my parents that I will take German at uni. Both of them told me, honey, none of us speaks German. And I said, it doesn't matter. I will do it.
It's only natural that we've got a little bit rusty, so we'll start with a little exercise. Sarah, can I get you to go with Carlos?
It was a keen learner, still is, gladly, and I think that was one of the reasons why he was able to achieve things beyond our expectations and many others' expectations.
If something goes to his mind, he's going to do whatever he can do to make it come true.
9:30 Uhr, dann können Sie lesen, and you can read a bit.
It's hard to learn, but I will keep on looking forward.
So this is a listening comprehension exercise.
I got a brain, so I can gain more languages to expand my mind and to be open-minded, to explore things that in the past I didn't know that I was able to do. Und was machst du gern in deiner Freizeit? Now, look at me. I am speaking Spanish, English, Portuguese, German. I have taken 1 semester of Tereo to know the basics. I don't want to sound very dreamy, but I will learn both languages and photography, and I will break these 2 careers. My book launch day has now arrived. I'm very excited for people to finally see my hard work and what Cumulus is now. It will be a magical night. I've been working hard over these few years to make this happen. I'm a little bit nervous, butterflies on my stomach, but I think it's normal. Glasses done, outfits done, hair, perfume, all good. It's normal to be quite anxious, but being able to tell the audience that one of my dreams is now a reality and to share my happiness with them. That is all it matters.
Kia ora koutou, nā mai haere mai. I've been thinking about colour and emotion as I prepared to write my introduction to Carlos Biggemann. It's nearly impossible to separate colour and feeling. Carlos's photos contain and allow an intense vulnerability. Developing a book together has been a beautiful project, encouraging each other and becoming friends. It is my great pleasure to introduce you to Carlos Biggemann.
Good evening. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Thank you very much for for coming to the presentation of my book of skies and poems. It was my dream for many years to publish a book with my skies. Tonight will not be possible if it were not for Kirsty for helping my book to be alive. Thank you.
Right, now we're going to have some poetry readings from the amazing group of poets who've been working on this project.
My aim is to have many exhibitions to come.
My name's Rushi Vias, and my poem is called The Constable of Doubt.
To let the world know that it doesn't matter my condition as Down syndrome. I can do extraordinary stuff.
Amber ball to roll beneath my feet.
Carlos taught us that there is no limitations.
We are proud. And
So proud of him,
Yeah.
of course.
and we like the fact that it has been some kind of inspiration for others as well.
This is my poem, Dear.
He's a leader in that way,
Been buried in the Black Hill.
allowing people to be who they are and going with them. It's leadership by example.
Heart open to the sky.
We are here to make the world a better place, be less aggressive, but more human. That is my message through my art, through my perseverance, and that's how I see it. Sometimes I look up and I ask myself, why are you so beautiful, amazing, powerless? Your soft color reminds me of the blue oceans, beaches, rivers. You amazed us by your beauty. Your color shows us that it can be everywhere, and it is even in people's eyes.